After you remove the top end, it's time to disassemble it. When you break the top end away from the pressure balance housing, you'll find a spring that's located on the downhole side of the top end on the end of the shaft. Remove that, inspect it for any issues, for any cracks, fractures, wear, the actual ability to compress and return to its original form. You want this to be in good shape for the rebuild. I've taken the liberty to break the seal ring off. We have a special tool in our kit that allows you to do that. It takes a good deal of torque and a special vice plate to do that. I've already done that, so I can remove this by hand. And I'll set it aside. With every component that you remove, you're going to want to look for any sort of wash, damage, wear that could hinder its ability to function as it would on the next run. The next component that you're going to see come out is called the filter screen housing and flow ring. This is a multiple component assembly. We'll break this down as per the manual, but you're going to look for wash specifically on the legs of this flow ring. Underneath here is sort of a beveled edge, and this makes a sealing surface on an O-ring that's still inside of there. Wash will form at the contact point of each one of these legs, and what you want to look for is any sort of wash that would hinder this sealing's ability to do its job, or this sealing's face ability to do its job. The screen, obviously, you'll want to look for wear and wash on that. It's usually pretty obvious when you're looking at it with the naked eye. As I said, there's an O-ring. This will be a consumable that will be changed out. And then slowly you're going to start pulling out the components that are remaining in there. A dirty tool is going to be very difficult, so you'll want to wash it and use certain components that came in the bow kit maintenance kit to remove. The next component is the orifice. It's carbide, it's very heavy. It has a very tight tolerance inside of the top end, so you're going to want to pull it out, look for any abnormal wear or wash, set it aside. Next component is the poppet. This is a quad poppet on the 6.5 inch TMP. Quad meaning there's 4 pathways of flow, even in the closed position. These can be sharp, so please be careful when you're pulling it out. The edges are machined very sharply, so just be gentle, wear gloves. And also it's very heavy because it's carbide, so be careful not to drop it. Same thing, you want to look for washer wear, fractures, anything distinctly obvious to the eye. You want to look on the ID of this where the shaft would sit, and then set it aside. The next component coming out is the flow cone. The flow cone is a cast ring, or a cast component. It's got an opening for the shaft to go in, and there's actually a quad seal in there. This opening will begin to wash and deform over time. What we're looking for here is anything that would hinder that quad seal's ability to do its job. So if the wash is all the way down affecting the groove that the quad seal sits in, that component would need to be changed out. And then obviously on this flow path here on the sides of the flow cone, you'd want to wash, or you'd want to look for any strange wash patterns. Lastly is our shaft and piston wheel. You want to look for any sort of damage to the shaft itself, to the coating, the carbide sleeves that are on here, any sort of wallowing out of the ID of this. And then on the piston wheel, there's a poly pack that you want to remove, and you'd want to check the grooves here. If there's enough wear that the bottom of the grooves are now exposed, it'd be time to consider changing out this piston wheel.